チャプター2に入った。
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs,
さっきの
silky
事
skin,
件
and
解決みたい
fluttering
な感じの
lashes.
演出が出たら
Calm down,
チャプター
Marty.
1
Watch
が
your
終わっ
blood
てるかな。
pressure.
Excuse me, Jim.
With pleasure.
The zipper.
Can I sign?
What am I, your
Happy to help, man.
Oh,
clucking lord?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Ah. 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 なんか我だけど。
Oh, I'm sorry.
if you'd really like to.
I will be, ma'am.
あ、閉まってないよ。閉まったよ。あ、そういうこと。これでいいんや。
Oh,
Marty, ma'am.
thank you.
Anytime, ma'am.
受付。
My name is Day Night
Oh, no.
Diamond. Welcome to the.
Miss Diamond,
しまう。
I'm sorry.
If I may,
Marty, not now.
Oh,
Please excuse him.
oh, nothing to worry about.
you're absolutely.
We're just interested in a...
Deborah. We don't have any employees by that name, right?
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand.
I'm afraid I don't.
It's kind of confusing.
Please,
You hear that, Sonny?
Shut up, Marty.
戻ってくるんだ。
I
あ、扉。
apologize.
So you were successful.
My mistress,
You mean that, Madam Seva?
as far as I know,
Wani.
there's.
Please, miss, take it.
With pleasure.
100日後のやつか。
Madam Zavas was a legend in
マダム・ザイワス
Clawville.
はクロー
Her
ブリに
name
おけ
was
る伝
known
説だ
all
っ
over
た。
the wilderness.
彼女の名は
She's
自
an
然界
avid
全域で聞かれる
royalist,
ほどであった。
former member of the
その正
Council
体
of
は熱心
12,
な
spy
冒険
master,
派、
assassin,
元12党
businesswoman,
議会のメンバ
and
ー、
courtesan.
スパイ網の
To be
元締め、
honest, I didn't
暗
even
殺
know
者、
she was still
ビジネスウ
alive.
ーマン、そ
She's
して
no
買収
spring。chicken, that's for
実
sure.
は
She
俺は
could
この
also
女が
be
今
my
も在
mother, or
存
maybe
命
my
していたことすら
grandmother.
知らなかった。
First
成
Ibn
熟したばかり
Westler,
の
now
若鳥とは
her.
程遠く、
Honestly,
俺の
tonight
母
it
親
wouldn't
か祖母
surprise
くらい
me
の年齢
if
だっ
His Majesty Hector
た。それにして
III
も
didn't
イブン・ウ
grace
ェス
me
ラー
with
から
his
始まり、
presence.
今度はザイバス、今夜中にヘクター三世陛下にこけすることになっても俺はもう驚かないだろう。
Interesting.
Do you think so?
Crocodile.
There are many kinds.
Ah, hence the name, the sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland.
Ah,
Thank you.
動か
Is
ない。
that the time?
have you noticed your...
How observant you are.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
There's something...
なんかあるやろな、これ仕掛けね。うわ、すごい。若かりし頃の。
What a pig.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Oh, don't say.
Thank you.
I agree, ma'am.
あれ、乳首出てんのちゃうんか、装飾品か。乳輪掘り出しとんかと思った。びっくりした。
There are books. There are books. There are books.
これも仕掛けありますね。
There are...
どっかなんか押しましょうみたいな。押したらなんかこの裏開きますみたいな。ありますね、これ。尋問できるようになったぞ。
Deceit is everything to Zavas. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every...
ザイワスにとっては何が全て元スパイであることから彼女の出してくる情報は残らず疑ってかからなければならない。印象欺き。ミス・ザイワス、あなたの伝説は知っていますが、その裏にいる本当のあなたはどんな動物なんです？
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavas? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
あなたが王室直属のスパイだったということは本当なんですか
Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
If that's such an open secret, then I haven't been doing my job very well, isn't that right? Yes, I was a spy. But that's such a blunt way of putting it. I always say I used to undertake confidential, generally political assignments of a delicate nature for the king that were in the interests of national security.
Put that way, it sounds rather romantic.
Don't believe the cheap fiction, Mr. Featherland. Espionage is anything but romantic.
I believe you, madam.
If you must know, I only did it because I believed I could protect those that I serve. Weapons have only one use in this world: to keep the peace. Yes, I always thought about myself and my craft that way.
Thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
保護欲。なぜ売春宿を経営する考えに至ったんです
Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage. Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery. Then young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls who had nothing and no one. To help them.
And this was the best you could do, helping them sell their bodies.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes, survive, no matter the cost.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite. That could avert a war.
このカードの持ち主を言い当てたら教えてくれますか
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question. Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Zavos is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
うわお。あなたは彼女を何から守ろうとしていたんです？
You tried to protect her. From what?
Natasha came to me penniless, cold to the bone, and wounded. She was only 17 years old. Even if she were my enemy, I would have taken her in until she recovered. Yes, I'm like that. I was raised to be like that.
Haven't you seen any opportunities for profit? Or were you guided by pure animal goodness?
Is that so hard for you to believe?
I think that worldly women like you try to turn every position to their advantage. I hope I don't offend you.
On the contrary. But no. I didn't see any opportunities in a girl who could barely speak our language, who was starving and wounded and obviously running from something. In fact, I was taking unnecessary risks because of her.
あなたの霊なイメージはただの仮面なんですね。
Your stone-cold image is just a mask, isn't it?
Am I that transparent?
Not at all. You're playing your role perfectly. You're more sensitive than you appear.
Should I take that as a compliment, Detective?
It was a simple statement of fact.
Then thank you.
ナターシャが黒を見る以前にどこにいたのかご存知なんですか？
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland.
ストーニア。
She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stavonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
なぜウェスラーと去る彼女を止めなかったんです？
Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
What else could I have done? Wessler is a handsome, rich, powerful animal, and Natasha fell in love with him. If anything, I know you can't stand in the way of a woman in love. There's nothing more dangerous, Mr. Featherland.
I've been in this job for more than 20 years, but I haven't heard that one before.
You see? You learn something new every day if you have an open mind. Yes.
彼女がここを離れた時に憤りを覚えたことは秘密を漏らされる恐れを感じたりは？
Were you angry at her for leaving? Afraid she might blab secrets.
Wouldn't you like to hear that? Yes, it would be a classic. The controlling crocodile obsessed with power can't take losing her favorite protege and seeks revenge.
I'm not saying it happened like that, but it could have.
Now, Mr. Featherland, you're smarter than that. You know very well that's not how it happened.
Maybe I just wanted to hear it from you. Still, I feel like you're not telling me everything.
Of course I'm not, Mr. Featherland.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Don't mention it.
ナターシャがここを去ると知った時どう思われましたか？
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
おお、真のデカや。重要な手がかり。ナターシャはスウェルタリングネイルで働いていた。その後、イブン・ウィスラーに見出され、そこから連れ出された。
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest. Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
動きおる。なんで？おやつの時間にしといたろ。11時5分ぐらいに合わせたこれ。開くんちゃうこれ。角度11時5分ぐらい。あかんのか。適当に合わんかなのか。カチャー言うて。無理か。ちょっと無理があるかこれ。まあ、一つわかるのは、7つのかけら7時49分ぐらいしかまばたきせぬ袋7時49分ぐらいしか49分おっ
A hidden door.
おいほんまに開いたびっくりした
She was a legendary ex-spy.
Well,
マジない
this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles
さっき
can
の
be
でも
solved
7
by
時49
anyone.
分じゃなくない
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty.
新し
And
い
the
もん
other thing is
Maybe she wanted us to find it.
exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway, we're going in.
何どこ開いたんあ隠し扉
This room is not like
The other must have been for show. Marty, this.
a former spy.
Still, if anyone knows how to mask a real face
Wait, you think this is who she really is?
and full of secret,
怖っ
this has got to.
Oh, gods.
Yeah.
Damn.
What this means, Marty, is that the most influential people in the city had been attacked.
This book could destabilize Claw.
At least the Clawville we currently.
You think this is behind everything?
That could easily be the case. But something still doesn't.
Sonny?
If there's even a.
Sonny,
What?
there's another familiar.
What are you talking about?
Mori Starling 誰やったっけ
Clucking hell.
She was working here too. So that's why Natasha told me they'd know.
Look, boss.
I can't believe it.
Listen, Boss Bird. Molly loved you.
Marty, please shut your fucking
Okay, boss.
Just shut the
We've caught them sneaking around, Miss Diamond, you see?
I see, madam.
No, back off, ladies.
No, maybe you don't.
Madam Zavas, we needed to know the connection. What this place
And?
and my wife.
Filthy cops? He's talking gibberish. May I shoot him?
No, not yet, Miss Diamond.
I'd be very sorry to put holes in your lovely striped skin, but believe me, baby, I will. I've always wanted to know if diamonds are bulletproof.
Please, madam. It'll all be over in a second.
No. We have received different orders, Miss Diamond. Stand down.
Oh, I see. The pony does tricks on command. Well, I'm not surprised.
That's enough, Marty. You knew who she was, didn't you? What she meant to me.
Well, well, Mr. Featherland. Aren't you interested in your case anymore? No? All it took was a name from your past, and your professionalism drowned in the mud.
Stop playing games with me, Zavas. What does all this have to do with Molly?
Nothing at all. No, she was just a little bird among the many who sought refuge here.
You forced her into this.
You'd love to hear that, but until she met you, she was one of us. Just another...
You clucking...
Sonny, no!
あ、ボコってやっちゃうの。やばい、開いたー。殴られ妻だ。あ、チキンポリ
I
ス。
think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of
ペロペロされ
dream
てる。
you'd want to
うわ、壊
remember.
れた。
Dark and painful.
目玉焼き。
Then the suffocating smoke woke me.
塩コショウどう
It
し
wasn't
た。うわ、あかんなと思った
Fridays, that's for sure.
梅干しや。
Where was I?
燃えとるわ。
What happened? That treacherous crocodile.
クソガニ女め。
Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
God damn it.
Ooh.
I knew I shouldn't
Boy,
have gone
daughter.
along with this.
Marty, I told you you could get out any time.
And you knew damn well that I wouldn't. That I would never leave you in deep shit once I've joined you. You knew it, and you still asked me to do it.
Marty, listen.
You're a selfish bastard, Sonny, and you drag everyone around you down with you. How long was it till retirement? 120 days?
121.
But you just couldn't sit still on your ass, could you? Well, take a good look around, boss bird. This is you. And this is what follows you. Just this clucking misery. And dead bodies. You understand? You have nothing else to offer but suffering.
Marty.
And feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, you're great at that. I can't believe this shit. We're gonna die
Torino
here
Mario.
on a goddamn blazing ship like roast chicken. Well, it's dramatic at least, just like you like it.
Marty.
What?
I've almost managed to untie the knot. But if you keep thrashing around like that, we're really gonna die here.
Ah, for cluck's sake, fine. Work your magic. Until then, I'm gonna say all the prayers I know.
You better.
どうなってやがる。なにこれ、どういうこと線を引く。わからんわからん。どういうことどういうこと。どこにあんのよ。燃えてるやん。あ、いたいたいたいた。なんでロープ線引くの。あ、来た。終わった。
So what now?
ブレ
Now we run and swim.
I can't swim.
Well, you better learn fast or you'll die. I'm not gonna drag your fat ass to the shore if that's what you're hoping.
I shouldn't have brought this many guns with me.
Throw them away then.
Never.
Then they'll drag you down into the deep. Ah, I don't care. I always thought your gun mania would be your undoing.
Cluck you, Sonny.
We have to survive this first.
Well, after you, boss bird.
That furry, fucking clucking...
Yeah.
Listen, Marty.
What?
What you said on the...
What about...
You were right. I knew this would happen. Or something like it.
Sonny, cut the...
No, I'm serious. I knew I couldn't do this.
I don't need this, all right?
Fair enough.
Hell yeah, I'm
I'll,
good.
マーシュ船長。
I think I must have hit my
カ
head
ピバラやん。
pretty badly.
say,
カピバラ船長。
Captain Marsh?
You see him too?
It was warm on the ship. At least while I bet it was.
Hey, Captain.
It's hanging all right.
Oh, I think someone tried to...
Come on, Boise.
Yeah, old Rust.
Did you see anything, Cap?
Arr, of course I have. A burning ship. Then,
You haven't.
sure I haven't. I'm steady, like the sea of...
Yeah, except that...
Of course it does, laddie.
Okay.
What now?
I don't know.
When we agree on...
I think I'd
My sights get...
pluck me.
Oh, no, no.
We have to, pal.
I'm not your pal.
Come on.
Well,
Don't be so optimistic. I don't
お医
want
者
to.
さんに行くとブーボーの診療所ブーボースプレイ